You know how people always say you gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable? I want to flip that. I want to absolutely flip that. I want to tell you again, y'all need to forget comfort. And I want to tell you why. So I was in two different streams today, chilling in the chat and looking for my damn knife because I can't get this package open. I was in two different streams today in the chat, and in two different streams, two different people from two totally different audiences, one a little younger audience, one a little older audience, had the same question: how do you get comfortable speaking on camera? And fam, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you why. Okay, do I consider myself comfortable on camera? Yes. How did I get this way? I just made an executive decision that I'm cool with this. And I know that sounds simplistic at best because it is. The way you stop being afraid of heights is just, I'm not afraid of heights. Some people go to therapy. Some people learn how. The fear of heights got instilled in you when you was a children by mom, dad, friends, something you seen on TV, cartoon maybe you saw where somebody was quote unquote afraid, somebody they're shaking on the bridge. Some of that Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, this is a bag of text fleck. We're going to ignore this. I'm doing something. I will talk about this at the end. But that thing that initially put that seed in your brain is technically none of your business. No one is directly born afraid of heights. My niece, who I love to death, she's like literally one of my best friends in the planet. When she was a child, I used to throw her super, super high and catch her, and throw her and catch her, and it was giggle, 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 uncle, do it again, do it again, do it again. Her mom and her grandmother, on the other half, when she would be at the top of the steps, ready to jump down, they would constantly tell her abunai, abunai, which is Japanese for that's dangerous. At about 5 years old, all of a sudden, she was scared of being picked up above the head. She got taught that high places are scary. And what happens in your brain? Let's get to the part that happens in your brain when you sit down and you go to pop this camera on and you tell yourself that you're afraid to be on camera. There's little kids. Now, I want you to think about this. If you don't have any nearby you, go to, this is going to sound really weird on camera. Go to some place where you might see kids. Disneyland, amusement park, even the mall, in the ice cream shop or whatever. And watch how kids react when an adult pull out a camera. If you ever see the newsman at a college football game or a pro football game or something, watch little kids go by, jumping up in the back. You know, in Hawaii, we throw shakas. That's common. But where you are, they might do some other sign. You know, sometimes kids are making faces. You have seen countless bloopers where the newscaster is trying to do a report and the little kid's walking back and forth, smiling at the camera, doing something goofy. It is when you get called to the board when you didn't study and everybody in class clowns you that you develop your fear of public speaking. If you are like me and you were a bespectacled child, and everyone teased you about being four eyes or whatever, and you have to take your glasses out the case and go to the board to do something on the board, and people clown you that you developed your quote unquote fear of public speaking, fear of being on camera. It was at that moment where somebody told you that little Terry wasn't going to like you because you're four eyes. It was at that moment, boys, when you got called to the board and you first started discovering your hormones and you had the nervous Woodrow and the teacher said, can you go to the board and solve this problem? And you're like, the fellas, you know what I'm talking about. Or girls, when it's extremely cold in the classroom. Those things have nothing to do with your actual fear of public speaking. Some people get excited to speak in public. There are professionals. I worked in radio for many years, and I also had a performing group. We opened for basically every major R&B or hip hop act that came out between, say, 88 and 96, 97. My group was the opening act. I've seen tons of professionals who are complete nervous wreck prior to going out on stage, but they walk out on stage and hit it. So let me get back to the part about what's in your brain. During the process of telling yourself that you're scared or telling yourself that you're excited is the exact same thing to your brain. Fear and excitement are identical to your brain. I like riding roller coasters. I got friends who are like, hell no, I'm not riding a roller coaster. But that feeling that you get, that kiss of death that you have, roller coastering, is the same in both parties. Now, how it manifests might be a little different, but the chemical concoction of the epinephrine, norepinephrine, adrenal cortisols, it's all the same, right? So some positive adrenaline rushes can be. As a matter of fact, in the comment, I want you to tell me what are your positive adrenaline rushes, and then also tell me what are your negative adrenaline rushes. Saying stupid stuff on camera, for me, happens to be a positive adrenaline rush because I don't take this seriously. I can laugh at me. I don't care if you have something heinous to say in the comments. It just tells me that whoever said that ain't all there. You know what I mean? So positive adrenaline rushes for me would be riding a roller coaster, speaking in public. I freaking love speaking in public. Winning a competition, a surprise party, surfing, sports, any kind of sports, especially Manchester United scores a goal. Bingo. Finishing sports activity like working out. Like when you're done, you're like, oh, I'm good. Or right before you get started. That feeling you get when your relationship first started and y'all are living on cloud 9. Some of y'all, I should say some of us, are lucky to still have that. Almost got myself in trouble. See what y'all did, YouTube? Y'all trying to get me fired. The risk-taking. Some people got a kick out of it from freaking shoplifting, like the risk-taking environment or doing the nasty in public. Those are forms of adrenaline rush, performing live music, right? Negative forms of adrenaline rush are near-miss traffic accident, or, you see a spider or a snake or a roach, or for me, it's a rat. But I'm not scared of anything but rats. I don't know why. They just ugly, them long feet, that tail, in that noise. Oh, God. Jeep. Right there, that will mess with me. Hearing emergency siren. What else can we got? Witnessing or experiencing something dangerous. For some people, it's a breakup or some form of emotional loss. It's an exam that you ain't studied for. These panics that you have. Even a thunderstorm. Some people panic. Those are all forms of adrenaline rush, and they are the same. So once you know that it is the same, you can either, one, program yourself to, when you feel that little thing, remind yourself that is both fear and excitement, and flip it on, flip the switch, or just understand it will never go away. Some people got to have it. Some people really need it. And you tell me y'all sorry. If you know what that is, let me know in the comment section below. All right. For many, many, many people, it never, ever goes away. If you have someone that you know that is a performer, find out from them if they still get nervous before. If you have someone or you have access to an athlete, collegiate, professional, even high school with a lot of games under their belt, find out if they still have the flutter bias. I mean, if we're really going to be grown about this, the adrenaline rush, you have pre-coitus and during climax is the same freaking thing. It is basically the fight or flight romance. He's so dumb. The fight or flight reaction. It's fight or flight. You choose. The choice is yours. You can get with this or you can get with that. The choice is yours. So maybe instead of trying to figure out how to get comfortable on camera, either tell yourself you're never getting over it, so you have to do it anyway. It's like taking NyQuil. That mess is disgusting. Or Mucinex, actually, NyQuil's trash. Mucinex, that's the one. Taking Mucinex liquid formula is disgusting. But not taking it means sick for a couple extra days. It's like that, y'all. And that's the way it is. Huh. So let me know in the comments. Again, what are your positive adrenaline rushes? What are your negative adrenaline rushes? And can you, if possible, come to grips with the fact that it never gets comfortable? And if you start there and you get over it, and then later you find yourself, you made it, you can say to yourself, looks like we made it, and you're good. And it's never a problem for you again. That ringing on the phone means something dangerous is happening. Oh, my flight to Boston got rescheduled. Well, how about that? It's now going to take off 1 minute earlier. Wow. Thank you, Flighty. One of these days, I'm going to make y'all a video about Flighty. This is my favorite app. Here I am 3 days before I fly, and it's already giving me flight updates. This is what I'm talking about. Anyway, stick to the subject, Doc. Fight or flight? That is the question. You choose. And I'm going to tell you, like, what's his face? Morpheus, choose wisely. Just pick fight. Just pick fight. Because flight doesn't do you any good unless there's a rat chasing you. Now, I don't know who needed to hear this, but if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. And right about now, the algorithm is going to show you a video.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throats to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence to let them in, chalk up their body another.